Hello everyone, Son of Stark here, and today we'll be taking a look at Transformers Animated Arcee. This is pretty much the closest to the original G1 Arcee that's really ever come out. Her overall design looks very similar to the original, even though that one never got a toy. This, like I said, pretty much as close as we're ever going to get. She is supposed to be some kind of, as far as I can tell, she's supposed to be a rocket car. So that means that this section up here is not actually a driver's seat as much as it is a cockpit. And you'll see right there is her Autobot symbol. She actually has two, one for this mode and one for robot mode. I do agree with another reviewer, TJ Omega. He does a very good job reviewing this toy. I highly recommend looking him up. I do have to agree with him though, that symbol right there, where that part goes in robot mode, that symbol could have been put somewhere else. You'll see why in a second. But as for the rest of her, she is very good. She does have these huge honking spoiler wings on the back. You can just take those off, and it does kind of make her more streamlined. And then what is supposed to be her headlights are her robot mode swords. And viewing from the side, you can see, yeah, they're obviously not headlights. I'm sorry, tail lights. The only major flaw is right there. Right there in the back. It's pretty obvious where her robot hands and robot head are. But other than that, this is a very nice vehicle mode. It's got these exhausts here on the side. It's very streamlined. It's interesting though, it's a rocket car, but as far as the English dub of Transformers Animated goes, it's supposed to take place in Detroit. Yeah, Motor City, which does make sense. You know, these are robots that transform into cars, and that is, you know, Motor City. But I don't know what kind of company here, at least here in America, would make a car that looks like that. It'd be cool if they did, but I don't know what kind of company would make that kind of car. But her transformation is very simple. It's very easy. I mean, I know her car mode looks kind of simple, very streamlined, and that lends to her transformation. So I'm going to get her into robot mode real quick, and we'll take a view at Arcee in robot mode. And here we have Arcee animated in robot mode. And I gotta say, very good looking. Looks very much like the G1 original Arcee. Kind of has a more reddish color to her than the bright pink the original Arcee was known for. I don't know if it's showing up very well on this camera, but I have seen pictures and other videos that her head looks huge. But in actuality, it's that big. The space between my fingers, she's that big. That's how big her head is. As you can see, she has an Autobot symbol there on her chest. Articulation is quite good. The head is on a ball joint. She has ball joints in her shoulders, which lend themselves to the transformation. She has an elbow ball joint, and she has no wrist, wrist swivel, but her arm does swivel like that, like a human arm does, just beyond the elbow. So you can turn her, use that to turn her hands the way you want. She has knee joints, which are ball jointed, so you get a good range of motion out of them. As it is part of the transformation, she does have waist articulation, and I gotta say, you can rotate her feet That one's a little out of shape. But I am glad that the whole front portion of her vehicle mode became her legs, because those feet are kind of small. So that whole front portion becoming her legs gives her some nice big fat heels to sit on. And while I've got her turned this way, let's just go ahead and turn her all the way around. Yeah, remember that cockpit I was talking about? Well, that Autobot symbol is still there. And yeah, let me zoom in so you can see. Yeah, the cockpit has basically become her butt. And where that Autobot symbol is, kinda looks like a tramp stamp. I will let you make of that as you will. And I went ahead and took her big fins from vehicle mode off, because it kind of makes her a little too wide. Plus, these things, they just pop right off. They just tab in. These things, I don't know why, in vehicle mode, they're held on very good. But in robot mode, it's like gravity just wants to pull them off. The slightest jar will knock those things off the sides of her. So I just went ahead and took them off. Makes her look more like G1 Arcee that way. And as you can see, her swords, as were stored up here in the pontoons, as headlights, really weird, sticking way too far out headlights, or I keep saying headlights, sorry, tail lights. They have become her swords. They are very light blue plastic. I think it's about the same shade as what makes up the light piping on her head. They do go into her hands pretty easily. All you got to do is basically stick the handle through the opening in her hand at a slight angle and then slide it in. That way you don't have to worry about breaking off her thumb. Speaking of that light piping I was talking about, here is my trusty LED flashlight, and there you go. Yeah, that's not shine from the flashlight. See, look, watch when I move it away. It goes dark. Check that out. Yeah, with a good strong light, she is full glowing eyes. And actually, that light piping is pretty well installed, because I was messing with her a minute ago and I walked by a window in my house that had the blinds drawn and the shades were folded down a little bit, so a bare minimum amount of sunlight was getting in, and it still caught it. It made her eyes light up. Not a whole lot, you know, it was dim light, but it did pick it up. So that is good light piping. So overall, very good figure. I would recommend picking her up. Just don't let young kids see her from this way, because if they see that and then they see grown girls that have that, yeah, they're gonna wonder why they have an Arcee tattoo. And then you might have to explain what that tattoo is. So yeah, just try not to let them get too far into that. So overall, Arcee, without these fins, looks very much like the G1. Makes her look very cool. Her robot mode and vehicle mode are both very interesting to look at. So I would recommend picking them up. I got mine off of Amazon. I'm sure you could probably find yours off eBay. There's a couple of online stores that you could probably get it from. I think if you like Transformers, and especially if you like the animated cartoon, she is well worth the purchase, because she looks very good. So this is the Son of Stark and my little friend Arcee, signing out. See you later.